Hey, after we came back from Coffee Creek, our last YouTube video experience adventure, Eric and I really were praying during then, and we've talked to friends and our pastor, and we really feel that God is sending us to Romania, and we feel like we're gonna move next month, and we're gonna get ready to move to Romania, to go wander in Romania. I was just dropping Cassandra, who's our oldest, at home off at work. The kids didn't know yet, but she just said, before she got out of the car, she said, a little birdie told me we're moving to Romania. And I was like, how'd you know? And then she got out and went into work. So we'll have to tell the rest of the kids tomorrow and get their reaction. But unfortunately, we were not able to get Cassandra's reaction on video. But she is excited about it. So thank God. And we're moving to Romania, y'all. It's been good. It's been good. A good thing is definitely happening. So we're gonna transition to Europe. We wanted to tell you that we are moving to Romania next month.
Yay!
Oh, honey, you're so sweet.
Yes.
Ready? Next month we are moving to Romania. I bought I bought the tickets the other day. February 21st, we are leaving to Romania.
Nice.
Nice. Any other comment? Do you have any other comment? How do you...
What?
We're moving to Romania next month.
We are?
No.
You're lying.
No.
Okay, bye.
Come here, Jay. You can definitely bring your Legos.
I'm bringing all my
I'm excited
Legos.
for you to build some cool stuff while we're over there. Too.
I'm gonna sleep in.
So, Angeli, what did you ask what you could bring?
My skateboard can.
Yes, you could bring your
Bring
skateboard.
my PlayStation? I'm just kidding. I'm gonna.
So, Corbin, you had a question.
Can I bring my PC?
I said yes.
Yay.
So, remember when Will Hart prayed over us that we were about to move in 6 months, and he said we're going to be traveling, and he said our ministry is about to go out of the church on the four corners of a screen. Okay? And then he said you were playing the guitar, you were a teacher of teachers. He called all of you guys out perfectly.
Wait, what did he call me?
He said, remember, you were pulling people out of a cauldron?
What the heck is that?
Like homeless people, like
out
out of
of
a thing.
like a
And guess
dark
what? And guess what? Jalu and Anka just told me the other day that they're gonna take us to a place where they help people who were homeless, Jeremiah. And I was like, Jeremiah.
Can I bring my electric guitar?
I'm not sure about that. So we got done quicker than we thought. We're anxious to get there and to get on the flight tomorrow. So there's guys moving in, 3 guys that we know moving in. They're in their young 20s, and it's kind of like an Airbnb. They're renting out our house with stuff still in it, not completely, but they need some of the stuff. So it's working so good. God is so good, because if I had to pack up my whole house right now, that would be stress, but we don't have to, because the guys move the stuff, like the couch that I'm sitting on. And they're really excited. I gotta show you our backyard, the backyard that we're leaving, the backyard that we just fixed up so we can enjoy it. Here are the neighbors' dogs. So this is our backyard and the pool. We got the fire pit over there, and the guys are gonna swim and hang out at the fire pit. So, see y'all in Romania. Right, where are you guys going? So they won't let us on the flight. How do you feel about that? Mad. Yep. They won't let us on. We're super sad.
Why?
We have some sad news, y'all. Some sad news. The worst news ever. And I'm not being dramatic right now. It's awful.
Just a little bit. But it is awful.
They wouldn't let us on our plane. our flight to Romania
6 of us.
with
Nine
nine
bags.
luggages.
Heavy bags.
Packed up our house,
And
had our
backpacks.
vehicles and places and our dogs taken care of, and they would not let us on our flight. We didn't know. We thought we needed a negative COVID test each and a quarantine in Romania, and that was easy peasy. We were ready to do that. That makes sense.
Lemon squeezy.
So when we got to the airport, we checked in, we gave the guy our passports, and he's like, now I need to ask you some questions. And I thought they were gonna ask us, have you had a fever? Or do you have a cough? The COVID questions, right? That they ask everywhere. No. He said,
Are you of Hungarian descent? Or
No.
something like that.
he said, do you have family in Hungary? And I was like, no, we're not traveling to Hungary. We are, but we're going. Our final destination is Romania. And he's like, okay, do you have a visa to Hungary? And I was like, no, I'm not going to Hungary. I'm going to Romania. Well, then he asked us the Romanian questions. Well, do you have immediate family that's Romanian? And we're like, yes, Cassandra, our daughter that we've adopted from there. Well, does she have a Romanian passport? No, she does, but it's expired. And do you have a visa to go to Romania? We were like, no, because you have to apply for a visa in Romania. And do you work in Romania? No. And then he was like, well, I can't let you on the flight. And we're like, what? Like, super shocked. It was insane. They would not let us on the flight.
No.
It was awful.
Very. So here we are, stuck at San Francisco International Airport because we've loaned out our cars and we got rides to the airport and we're just ready to get on a flight.
Yeah, but I argued with them or tried to get to the bottom of it for an hour and a half. And I was like, listen, I'm not worried about Germany. I'm not worried about Hungary. I'm not worried about Romania. They're going to let us in. I was not worried about that. The lady was telling us they're going to deport us and all this stuff. So long story short, what we realized was there are these countries in Europe, part of this thing called the Schengen. It's not the European Union. It's something different. And they have super strict COVID restrictions right now. And we did not know that. Our Romanian friends didn't know that. The articles that we were reading was just like, you know, U.S. citizens have to quarantine, have to prove a negative COVID test. And we had those things ready, but you got to take an extra step further, and we didn't know. So we were wrecked. Our Romanian friends were wrecked. Like, what is happening? Everything up until now has been smooth sailing. We are renting out our house, so we were like, what are we gonna do? So we came to my mom's house, which is about 30 minutes from the airport, and we've been here since trying to problem solve and figure this out.
Yeah.
So after talking to consulates and not talking to consulates, the Romanian consulate in San Francisco, they're not even there. They're not answering the phone. They're answering my emails. We finally got a hold of a guy in DC who has been very nice, and he says that we should just get, with the foundation that we're working with, we should just get a letter signed from the border police saying that will enter, because getting Cassandra's new passport, her Romanian passport, is going to take a ton of time, and we want to be in Romania yesterday. So
last week.
So this has been crazy. Like,
Yeah.
my heart was already in Romania. Kind of had to retrieve it just a little bit. So a letter is at the border police right now in Oradea, Romania. And we are praying for a miracle. That God allows somebody to have compassion on our situation and signs the paper so that we could come. And then we have to double check to see if the airline's going to let us on the plane with it. We've even thought about flying to Turkey, which we can do, and then going there. We don't care how we get there, we just want to be there because we know that it's what God wants us to do. So,
Yep.
And this is not too big for God to handle, and I want to share a testimony. I used to live in Romania, and I was adopting Cassandra. at that moment, when I knew that she was my daughter and I was there to adopt her, they closed international adoptions. They said that I needed what would be equivalent to a green card to get her. And in order to get my green card, I had to live there for 5 years without leaving the country. And I had already been to Budapest to pick up like my best friend and family members who were coming to visit and things like that. Well, I petitioned the Child Protection Agency in Bucharest, and I just told them our story from the beginning. By now, Cassandra's like 3.5, maybe 4 years old. And I just told them our story. And one day in the mail, I got a letter randomly signed by the Child Protection Agency in Bucharest and signed by the Chief of Police in Bucharest, saying that they are allowing me to get my permit to stay, and that's what I needed in order to adopt Cassandra. And by that time, I had only been there for 3 years and something months, and God did a miracle. And I know that He's going to do a miracle again to get us there, because this is His will. And sometimes we hit obstacles, and that's when we really need to rely on God the most. I mean, we do rely on God, but do we really until we hit an obstacle where we need a miracle? And that's what He does. So we are believing in a miracle for God to allow us this paper signed with permission. When they say we couldn't, God is going to allow us. So we can't wait to be there. And please, we're just excited to see what He's gonna do.
Yeah.
It's been hard waiting. We've been here for a week and we're like, we want to be in Romania. But our kids are doing good.
Just a couple changes of clothes.
Yeah, we have 2 changes of clothes we've been swapping out. And our kids are on, doing their classwork like they would normally be doing. So it could be worse. We cannot have a place to live, but we do. And God's still providing and just waiting right now. So our Romanian friends are awesome, and they're working really hard and diligent for this to happen as well. So yeah. Yep, that's our update. That's what's going on at this moment in time.